Hey everybody, it's What's New at Center Diamond, and we've got a bunch of new fabric, some Christmas, some beachy, some Kokka canvas, some camping, more beachy and more flowers, and we've got three new panels, and I'm going to show you the sample that I showed you. Patty is so fast. This is the pattern cover I showed you last week, and Patty got it done for Nordic Echo using the Mira line that I showed last week. This is 49 by 49, very modern, very sparse, from Brigitte Heitland. The kit is 90.95, and we will have this up in the store to show you. So there's that. Now we will jump into bolts of fabric. Let me get this out of the way. And we're starting with Blissful Blooms, is that right, from Henry Glass. This is the one I used as the sample, or the picture for the event today. This is beautiful poppies on a black background. The colors are nice and intense, and the flowers are nice, a big scale, which is really nice. D366, these are all 1515. And we have cone flowers. I don't know if they say what these are, but they are cone flowers, or are they echinacea? I'm not sure. Maybe the coneflowers are echinacea. Blue background on these, and then the yellow centers, and then the pink on the petals on that one. D367. And then we've got lilies. Makes me sneeze just looking at them. I'm horribly allergic to lilies. A kind of a purple background on this one, and then the purple, or the pink and the sort of magenta on the petals on that one. D368. And last but never least, more irises. Gosh, this is a beautiful one too. Irises just don't look bad. Dark blue background on this one, and then the sort of standard purple and yellow and some blue in there on the irises. D369, and this is also 1515 from Henry Glass. So that's Blissful Blooms. Then we have Drop in the Ocean from Studio E, and this is a big old panel. So this one is a 1.5 yard panel. It's meant to be for pillows. I'll get over here and look at my cheat sheet. So the panels, not ignore the whale, the other ones are about 18.5 by 19. So they're meant to be probably an 18-inch pillow. For the other ones, the whale is 12.5 by 37, and so I figured he could be either a bench pillow, which is popular right now, or you could do him as a table runner, you could do him as a wall hanging. He's pretty great. He's a happy whale. So this panel, because it's a 1.5 yard, is $23.75. So this goes with all the bolts I'm about to show you, and these are $15.75. So this one is whales with a blue background. There's actually manatees. I just now noticed those are manatees. So various whales, including a narwhal, which is nice to always have. And this is the darkest background. This is a dark blue. D371. Again, this whole group is $15.75. And then we have the classic starfish and sand dollar, thank you, on a denim-y blue background, D372. And then we've got all the little ocean creatures on this guy. Octopus, on a little, so he's got a touch of green in him here, but it's kind of on the light blue background as well. Great looking octopus, D373. And then of course we have turtles. God forbid, what would it be like if we didn't have turtles? So these turtles kind of have a sort of a brownish red, and then some greenish in here, and there's a little bit of yellow on some of these turtles. They're very nice. D374. And then we have some shells. I think they're scallop shells. D375, that sort of same bluish aqua background, and all over shells. We don't see this kind of shell by itself very often. And then little starfish. The background is a little bit more mottled white with a little touch of blue in the background, and the starfish kind of have a green cast to them. D376. And then an all over, just sort of a wavy blue water, digitally printed, so you can see the kind of a brush strokey look on them, and the waves are kind of going across the fabric, selvage to selvage, and that is D377. So that's a Drop in the Ocean from Studio E. with the panel, the large panel with the whale, and $15.75 on those. Then we have Happy Haven from Riley Blake, and we got kind of a retro camping look with, we got a skunk going into a tent, a little bird, a little clothesline between the tents, a little pulling trailer, eating watermelon, all the kind of things you do in summer. Very retro colorway too. Aqua background. D378. These are $14.50. That's the main print. And then we have a camping motif in sort of a cream or a tan and red. A canoe, a trailer, and there's appears to be, it's tossed, so it's not a directional thing. I can see a Swiss Army knife, a pack, paddles for a canoe, a little camping trailer, a camping lamp. D379 for this one. Nice red in there. And then we have an all-over bug. Gotta have some bugs. With a green background. Again, it's that same sort of 40s green. D380. So that's a nice bug one. And then on a white background, we have all those same sort of retro colors with all kinds of camping words. On all those same colors that were in the first one. D381. And then finally a plaid that pulls it all together with white, blue, and green. D382. So that's Happy Haven from Riley Blake, $14.50 a yard. Then we have 4 pieces from Kokka. These are all canvas weight, and I can tell you this one is cotton linen blend, 85-15 cotton linen blend. Sort of organic stripes running the width of the fabric, and we've got this sort of sagey green, cream, several colors of blue, and again this is a canvas weight, so it would be great for a bag. D383. This is $16.50. Kind of a bargain for Kokka, my goodness. And then we've got, whoops, and there they go. Whoopsie. I knew I was tipping them too far. Okay. Then we have these, light blue with some circles with lines in them, circles that are made up of all together lines, little dots. So blue background, dark blue, and whitey sort of cream in the dots. D384, $16.95. And I was going to look real quick. Hold on. This is 100% cotton canvas. And then we have the same motif in dark green. So the dark green here, the accent color is a black, and the little dots and then the lines. And then the cream for the dots. D385. This is also $16.95. And again, that's 100% cotton. And I don't know if I know on the kitty one. I can't look at it. I'm going to guess no, I think it's cotton. So we have red, and there's little tiny kitties in here. One says meow meow, and oh gosh, there's somebody else. I can't see what they're saying. Little tiny, there's calicos, there's an orange kitty, there's a black and white, but they're very small, definitely very small. D386, and this one is $15.95. So that's it for the Kokka canvas. And then we've got Christmas Tales from Clothworks, which is a Christmas group featuring cats and dogs. This is the cat panel. So the center part is 20 by 19.5, and the small squares are 8.5 by 8.5, and the sock is about 18.5 inches long. So each of these panels is $15.15. So this is obviously the cat one. That's going to be D387 for the cat panel. The dog panel is D388, and they're so cute. This is Dan DiPaolo. He does such a great job on these. And I usually don't just do cats and dogs in Christmas, but this one was just really nicely done. So I just have one bolt of each of the panels, and then same with the coordinates. So very, very nicely done. So that's that guy. And the pieces that go with are, we have words and pictures. Now I believe there's both cats and dogs on this print. Goes across both lines. Yeah, there's cat, there's dog. Trees, nice Christmassy words. Black background, and then the greens and the reds and the tans that are in the pieces and in the coordinates. D389 on this piece, at $15.15 a yard. And they did a tonal snowflake in this same red that's in the background here. You can see the snowflakes, very subtle on the snowflakes. D390. And then we have the bias stripe, which is blue, that black and charcoal, the green, the tan, and there's a creamy in the background. So already on the bias for you, which is nice, D391. And then we've got the plaid that goes with it all, black and red, sort of a buffalo look plaid, D392. So that's Christmas Tales from Clothworks. And then from a Thread and Ink Studios, which is a new design studio, we have Siren Seas. So this is an all over mermaid. We have, I'm looking to see, I see starfish in there, and then there's some shells and some flowers. And then a variety of mermaids, pink hair, yellow, oh, you name it. Very colorful, D393, and this is $15.25 a yard. And then we've got this mermaid, which is and sort of a little scroll like this. We got an octi on the bottom, a ship in the center, little seahorses, a crab, a little shell, and then two mermaids. So they're very, what's it called? You know, they're matched. I know, Beth can't even help me. I don't have words this morning, I'm sorry. Anyway, it's got the aqua background and then those same colors that are in the first piece, D394. And then we have a tonal octopus in a line running this way. They do go both ways though. They're faced both ways. An octi on this nice mustardy yellow. Very nicely done, D395. And then finally, we've got the whales. So we've got a narwhal on this guy too. Bubbles, whales, the little kelpie stuff, little schools of fish. White background with the whales in blue. D396. Again, that's from Thread and Ink Studios. This is a new place. I think that's it. Oh my gosh. So we're open 11 to 4 still. All Pacific Northwest Shop Hop still going on. And give us a call if you've got any questions. 888-305-0854. We'll see you next week.